Week 6. We're already to week 6, and I'm filming this long before I left for my trip, but I should be home now, and so you should have seen me in the flesh by now. But if you haven't, something bad has probably happened to me. So this might be the last time that you'll see me. But anyways, let's talk about week 6 and what we're going to try to do today. In case I haven't told you, in case no one has told you, one of the assessments that we're going to do in this class is to plan the Veterans Day ceremony that will take place in a couple weeks. And so this week we're going to talk about how should wars be commemorated or remembered, or should they even be commemorated and remembered? And if so, how or why not? Or we're going to try to answer all those questions. And I think maybe the best way to start this week is to look at some of the memorials and monuments and stuff that are around the world that recognize these horrible things. Because, most of the time if a horrible thing happens to you, you want to forget about it and not pay any attention to it from that point on. But there's a lot of war memorials around the world and around even this country and even in this community. And so we want to take a few moments to think about why we would put those up. Is that a good thing that we put them up? And what are the best things in all of these memorials? And so what I've done, we have a couple links to a couple things for you. One is a kind of a long essay, but I recommend that you read it about the about the Vietnam Memorial. And many of you know this. This is that black, polished, highly shiny, polished wall in Washington, D.C., where all 58,000 and some names of the veterans of Vietnam are on this wall. And if you've ever been there, you can't help for it to be an emotional experience. And I've been there many times, and it's right by the Lincoln Memorial. And while you're up at the Lincoln Memorial, it's almost like you almost feel happy and enthused because Abraham Lincoln and, justice for all, and, is such a happy person and a great place to be. Then you kind of wander down a little bit from the Lincoln Memorial into the Vietnam Memorial. And suddenly the laughing kind of fades away, and the loud talking kind of fades away. And then you suddenly realize that you're in a very solemn place. And there are times where you see people holding up paper and rubbing a name on a wall with some chalk to get that person's name as a keepsake. Or you'll see like flowers or a medal or something or a trophy laying on the ground next to the panel of someone whose name means something to somebody in America. So I got to tell you that experience of the Vietnam Wall is very moving and very touching, even though I don't know any names on the wall, but every time I go there, it has an impact on me. And so I have linked to an article about maybe what is important about the Lincoln Memorial or the Vietnam Memorial and why it was designed the way it was. Then I have another link that goes through, I think it goes through 15 war monuments around the world. And you can kind of see what's good and what's bad about those. And we have some questions then for you to ask yourself about the things that you saw, about what's good in a war memorial and why is it good or bad or whatever. So answer the questions after you read the article and look at the pictures of memorials. And then when we get to Module 3, we'll actually start to think about what we want to include in our Veterans Day ceremony here at Lakeview High School in November. All right, enjoy. See you next time.